So everybody, and welcome to a brand new tutorial series brought to you by Coding Made Easy. So a lot of you guys have been saying to me from a long time that you guys want me to do Sfml 2.0 tutorials, and I've been kind of like brushing it off, saying after my platform tutorial series maybe here and there, but like a lot of you guys have been asking me, and I feel like a complete dick or whatever if I didn't do this for you guys. So you guys have asked, and now I'm doing it. So thank you guys for whoever asked or whoever really wanted it that bad. Well, like, now you got it. This is Sfml 2.0 tutorials. I'm gonna try to release a new tutorial either every day or every other day, so you guys can look forward to that. And I'm gonna try and keep my promise about every video every 12 p.m. I've been kind of like stressed lately, so I haven't been able to do that, but hopefully I'll be able to keep up with that. So anyways, let's begin. Now, as for installation goes, I'm not going to be walking you through installation. The reason why is that a lot of people are going to be using different IDEs and so on and so forth. And on every single introduction video when it comes to installation, I got a lot of people saying that they get errors or whatever because they're using different compilers. The reason why I'm not doing it for this series is because the Sfml documentation is excellent, right? It is so excellent at explaining what to do, and you should not get lost at all. If you ever get lost, you could leave a comment below or leave a comment on my forum, and we'll help you out, but it shouldn't be that trivial. If you are using Visual Studio 2012, however, I made a tutorial on that, so you can watch a tutorial on how to install for Visual Studio 2012 because there's not much documentation on how to do it on that. Okay, so you can watch that as well. So let's get started. So on the Sfml documentation, you learn about doing the SF time. I'm not gonna do that first. The reason why is because I don't want it to be boring. I want it to be fun, right? For people who have have been doing game programming for a long while, it doesn't really matter to them. But there's a lot of people who have just finished learning C++ and just want to delve into game programming, and they're just sick and tired of seeing console windows and all that stuff, right? So in this tutorial, we're not going to see any console windows or whatever, right? We don't Console windows are boring, right? And although we're not going to be drawing anything to the screen, just having a window open is just an amazing accomplishment, right? So we're gonna start that off. So if you guys haven't already installed Sfml 2.0, pause this video, go to the Sfml documentation, take 5 to 20 minutes, whatever, however long it takes to install it properly, and then follow this tutorial. If this doesn't work for you, if this tutorial doesn't work for you after you've done all that, then you can leave a comment below and I'll help you out. So to start off, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna include Sfml/graphics. Now, one thing with Visual Studio that I'm gonna tell you right off the bat is that whenever you do something, it gives you the backslash like this, right? You do not want to use a backslash. You always want to do a forward slash. Why? Because the backslash is not cross-platform. It is for Windows. Well, it's not, I wouldn't say for Windows only, but it's not cross-platform. I know operating systems such as Linux and such, and Mac, I believe, do not use this backslash, right? So if you were to use your code on that, if you would have a problem if you were trying to compile it on that. So put the forward slash, and we're gonna include the graphics.hpp. Now, a quick thing to let you know is that whenever we're learning C++, we always put headers like something .h or something like that. We hardly ever do like .hpp. .hpp is like the C++ equivalent to header files to .h. Doesn't matter which one you use, it's up to you, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our main function. If I can type, and what we're gonna do now is we're going to do SF and call render window. Okay. Now the reason why we put SF colon colon is that we're using the SF namespace, right? Just like whenever we were learning in C++ when we did std out or something like that, when we had the IO stream or std colon colon cin or something like that, that was a part of the std namespace. For Sfml, we have the SF namespace, and you could, if you wanted to, say using namespace SF, but that is not recommended, and you could just put a render window right there. But that's not recommended because if you ever want to use something with the same name or something, you will not be able to because you don't have the namespace included. So for this, I could put SF colon colon, and I could put render window right here because they're two completely different things. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do. So anyways, what we're going to do, I'm just going to call this a window. Sorry. So the window can take a bunch of different things, and we're going to be looking into a few of them now. The first parameter is going to be SF video mode. If not all the time, majority of the time, this is what's going to be in the first parameter. So we're going to do SF video mode, and what video mode does is that we have to display the width and the height of the screen. So we're going to put 800 by 600 or whatever dimensions you want to do. Okay? Now, the next parameter in the SF, for the SF render window, this is going to be the name of the window. So let's say my first Sfml game. Now, we're going to end that right there. Now let's say that you didn't want to use the constructor in order to do that. I'm just going to copy that. Then we could always call window.create. And then when you do .create, you could do the exact same thing. So, sorry. So we could always do window.create, and it will do the exact same thing as what we did. So this is just doing it in the constructor, and this is a separate method that can run the exact same thing. So it doesn't matter which way we do it. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a while loop, and we're going to say while window.isOpen. And then we're going to do this, right? And we're not learning about events right now or anything like that. We're just walking through. We're just creating a window, right? We just want to get the fun stuff started. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to do SF event. And don't worry about events or how they work. The reason why we need to have an event loop is that even if we're not using an event in our program, we still need to include the event loop because there's background processes such as resize events and closing events and stuff that need to go on even if you don't have anything within the event loop. So this is considered right here while the window's open. This is considered the game loop. So everything in your game is going to be run inside this loop. And what we're going to create right now is an event loop. So we're going to say window poll event, and we're going to put our event in there. So this is our event loop. So if there's any events that needs to be processed, then it's going to do this loop over here. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to say if event.type is equal to SF event closed. So if they triggered a close event, so if they press the X button or anything that is used to close a window in your operating system, then we're going to call window.close. Okay? And that is it for that's it for the event loop. So let's run this. And voila, we got a white window. We got something displayed as a window. And what we can do outside the event loop but inside the game loop is we can call window.display. And let's run this. And the window will turn to black by default, right? So the window by default is a black background. So what window.display does is that it displays the contents that is supposed to be displayed at the current time, right? And don't worry about all this. We'll walk through all this, but I just want to give this little code snippet in order for you to test to see if it's your installation is working properly, and just to get something to be displayed on the screen, right? So no more of those boring console windows. We're working with graphics now in Sfml 2.0. This is it for this tutorial. And in the next tutorial, we're going to be looking more in depth into the render window class, and we're just going to be learning about some different things we're going to do. It's not going to be a long tutorial, but I hope you're going to enjoy it. Thanks for watching this. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. That's it for now, and bye.